Top tips for planning a sequel wedding. Hi everyone, I'm Nikita from Guides for Brides, and today we'll be looking at some top tips for planning your sequel wedding. Now, what is a sequel wedding? A sequel wedding is a wedding of multiple parts. During the coronavirus pandemic, you might see couples having their small ceremony under social distancing restrictions with maybe a meal after a restaurant, followed by a larger reception and celebration with their wider friends and family, maybe in 2021 when hopefully social distancing is a thing of the past. So here are our top tips for planning your sequel wedding. Tip number 1, budgeting. Assign an overall budget and then split this accordingly across your events. Make sure you know what you want from each event. So for example, you might want a registry office ceremony followed by a lovely meal in a Michelin star restaurant. How much is that going to cost you per head? And then see how much you have left over for the larger event and work out how much you have per head for that one remaining. Tip 2, tell your suppliers that you're planning a sequel wedding. The reason for this is that they might be able to help you with both events, and this could save you multiple deposit payments. Tip 3, get your dates penciled in sooner rather than later. Regardless of how far the events are between each other, you'll want to get those penciled in sooner rather than later. The reason for this is that you'll want to assign your guest lists and you'll want to get those save the dates out as soon as you possibly can, just so people have it in their diary. If things do change, then you can work those out later, but allowing for people to plan is essential. Tip 4, decide whether you're going to have a cohesive theme or whether you're going to allow each event to be completely individual. The reason to decide on this sooner rather than later is to allow yourself to plan for things like stationery, venue. All of that will be dictated by how you want each of these events to look. And finally, tip 5, decide which event you'll be having your legally binding ceremony. The reason you'll want to do this is because you'll need to be in a licensed venue or registry office in order for this to be a legally binding ceremony. So that will dictate which venue you get to pick. So those are some of our top tips for planning a sequel wedding. Our full guide to planning a sequel wedding is linked below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos, how-tos and vlogs.